I got banned a couple months ago. Gotcha. But recently, Sheep and Crusher have made videos talking about sort of like the mod bias conversation, bringing back up like the good old mod hate train, which recently has sort of died down. And, well, like a phoenix from the ashes, it is back. I personally have had probably the worst experience out of any content creator in relation to the staff. I have 3 game bans and 2 Discord bans. I beat the case every single time because every single one was absolute nonsense. Just a quick rundown for anyone who didn't already know. At first, in verse 1, I was ganking at Primadon. It was myself, another player, and an exploiter that showed up. I tried to fight the other player, killed him, went to fight the exploiter, got him low, then he flew away. A couple days later, I noticed that I'm banned. I go ask what the hell. Coco Master, I believe his name is a True Master. These are 2 mods I don't believe are on the staff anymore. Flamed me in Player General. I asked if I could appeal. They said don't bother. They essentially only kept me in the server just to laugh at me. Luckily, I had a DM open with Horror, and I spoke to him, and then he legit made both of them come into my DMs and apologize. I got unbanned. All was good. Then we get into verse 2. I posted a metal clip in the CC server, the channel, so only where content creators could see it, of a guy that I had ganked. This is like the week verse 2 came out. I was just testing out, going ganking. He was saying all kinds of slurs. He was telling me to end my life. So I posted that, and then I was like, damn, this guy's crazy. Like, how do I report him? I got banned for that. Whatever mod went in the chat and watched my clip that I sent, and legit, I said within, like, next to the link, this guy is flaming me. What the hell? How do I report him? They somehow thought I was the one speaking, and then banned me. And I had to, like, go on a wild goose chase to find a mod. I, like, DM'd 5 different mods before I finally got one to even respond and be like, hey, what's up? And I'm like, yo, I got banned. Like, I have a feeling I know why. Can you check it out? At first, they didn't want to help me, and then they said, oh, LOL, I see what happened. Unbanned me, and then would not answer my question, like, was it the clip? It was. So, there we go. That's its own thing, its own bundle of nonsense. And then we move on to my Discord ban. I got banned from the Discord a year ago because I sent this image, this rogue meme, which I stole from Player General. It's not like I made this and then posted it. No, it was already in the Discord. Posted it. So the day I posted it, I got a warning. The next day, I made a joke that it was 1984. Like, I didn't think it was that serious. I thought we were just going to chill about it. Then I got another warning. Then I got timed out for a week. And then a few hours later, they took my role. And then an hour after that, they banned me from the Discord. So whatever mod who did it, I was never told, and every time I asked, people just aired me out. They just went looking for a reason to ban me. They legit dug up reasons that they could find to get me out of the server. Flash forward a year, I do like a CC event with Deter Me, which requires that I have the CCPS. So he's talking to Archmage. I'm like blowing up at the time. The channel's really growing. He's like, hey, can you unban DanVR from the Discord? He explains the situation. He shows the image to Archmage. Arch didn't even care. And if anyone who's been in the community for a long time, Arch is notorious for not having a sense of humor. So if he thinks it's silly, if he thinks that it's not that bad, that's when you know whoever banned me had some, like, they had it out to get me. That is an insane example of bias. But, alright, I get unbanned from the server. I think God is good. Oh my God, we're so back. I apply for the CC role. A couple hours later, I get it. Not an hour after getting the CC role back, I have not said a word in the Discord at this point. I noticed that it got taken away. So the ticket's still open in like the CC role request, whatever. And I ask like, yo, what's up? The mod who did it said, my bad. I didn't know who you are. I didn't know that there was so much drama about you being in the server, but you can't have the role. This is coming, like, this is a senior's discretion. So I'm like, what? What the fuck do you mean a senior said I can't have the role? I try to get in contact with Archmage. It's this whole loop around, because the seniors refuse to talk to me. The seniors won't talk to me. I can't speak to anyone about this. I have to talk to Deter Me through, or talk to Archmage through Deter Me. And he brings this up, and Arch is essentially, he's like, yeah, like, he's back in the server, I unbanned him. CC role, that's up to the mods, though. This is what I'm told, that I don't even deserve to be in the server. This is directly from a senior mod. What Arch did is considered a dev pardon. The moderation staff, the senior mods, fully believe that my ban was justified, and I should never be allowed back in the Deepwokens server ever. So they essentially told Arch that he's wrong, and he has to fuck off. I didn't know it until the situation happened, but allegedly, the developers have no say in how the actual Discord is ran. If the mod staff is determined that someone cannot be in the server, not even a developer can get them back in. So it was this whole back and forth where it's like, fine, DanVR can stay in the server, but he's blacklisted from having the CC role. He will never have it again. I'm like, well, that's bullshit. What the fuck? Eventually, the mod staff throws in the towel, and they're like, fuck it. If Archmage wants to have you in the server, that's his mistake. That's his problem. I don't care. I'm done. Open a ticket and ping Arch. I ping Arch, and he's like, that's up to the mod staff. I don't want to touch that. Like, it's up to them. Eventually, it's like, whatever. I just accepted that I would never be allowed to have the role again. Because they went digging. They're like, okay, well, if he's going to have CC role, we're going to go digging. You know what they did? They went back and found messages from 2 years ago where I chat bypassed to say retard by just typing R and then tard. And they told me that that is why I'm blacklisted and I cannot have CC role. Which is crazy. Because people chat bypass to not only say racial slurs, but they use the same R-tard bypass to this day. Go and look at it. Go search it in the Deepwokens server. In general, player general, fan artists. People use it to this day. No one is punished. They said that there was also like other inappropriate messages or something. I don't have the screenshots. I don't even remember what they were. I remember that it wasn't even that big of a deal because I never got warned for them. They brought up like 4 different things or instances like, yeah, you were acting inappropriately. This is why you're blacklisted. First of all, I never got warned for any of them. Second of all, they're all 2 years old at this point. Third of all, assuming that you like went digging for these and they were why I was blacklisted and why I was banned from the server, and I've now been unbanned and we've like got on the same page of fine, he can be in the server. I'm being punished. Like, it's a double whammy. I'm being punished for something that I was already punished for. It was this whole back and forth. I was essentially told by Punchy that he's, quote, willing to work with me, that I can redeem my image. Suck the skin off my tip. You sound like such a fucking tool. I'm not doing that. So I just said, fuck it, whatever. I'm not going to have CC role. Maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, I fucking encounter Astro Train on stream. I'm ganking. I lose. He sends me a gif of like Michael Jackson like putting a flower on a gun. Like a sort of just to say like good game. Like good fight. Legit says, why are you a green name? And then gives me CC roll back. Like it was never a problem to begin with. The point I'm trying to make is that people are like, oh, mods are biased, mods don't follow their own rules, and the higher ups in the community or the other like bigger CCs are like, no, you're exaggerating. Nah, man. If they like you, you can legit get away with whatever you want, and if they don't like you, you will have the worst experience of your life. It is insane what some of the mod staff can get away with. They don't really follow their own rules, man. If they don't like you, they will invent rules on the spot. This has happened to me a few times, but most prevalently, I'm actually getting pissed. I can't speak. It happened to Valicus. Like they would, I think it was infected. I don't know. I've spoken to infected. I like him. I don't know the full story. What I do know, the detail-oriented part of it, is that they legit would invent rules to fucking like kick Valicus out of the server. Like randomly just say, actually, no, you can't use the Toon's character. New rule. Get rid of that or you're kicked from the server, you lose your role. Like they would just if they don't like you, they will actually invent reasons to kick you out. It is actually insane. This sort of segues into a conversation that Crusher was having, which hasn't really been brought up since Rom brought it up like 2 years ago, which is the fact that if you get banned on Deepwoken, you sort of lose the ability to have any access to the restore tickets, the exploited reports. You lose so much like utility that comes with being in the Discord server, and it's not always justified. if you get banned from the server for like really acting out or like exploiting, that makes sense. There's a lot of people that got banned from the server for just having the wrong opinion. I want to state right now, very clearly, I'm pro LGBTQ. I have nothing against these people. I have many friends that are part of the LGBTQ community, and it's no secret that the Deepwoken community has a lot of LGBTQ members in it. As any like active chatter in the Discord and any CC can tell you, there's a really, really clear line in the sand. You can be like really questionably racist. You can say some really racist shit in the server or in your videos, but do not ever make a joke about the LGBTQ community. If you make a trans joke, you will be gone like that. No questions asked. And while there's definitely some people that have like stepped out and said some crazy shit in chat, there are a lot of players that have just said like during a conversation about like the LGBTQ, hey, I don't know, I don't agree with it. It's against my religion. Or I don't think, someone recently who I was just speaking with had said like mid-conversation about this topic, I don't think that kids like under 18 should have the ability to have like body-altering surgery. And then they got banned for it. Like, there's so many people in the community that have lost access to restore tickets, exploiter reports, glitch reports, all of these things, just because they said something that's not even clearly outlined in the rules. They just straight up had a different opinion from a moderator, and they got punished for it. Again, this is a hard topic to talk about. It hasn't really been talked about since ROM did it, and that's how we got, like, the ban appeal server. Or I think now, even if you get banned, you can stay in the server to try to appeal, like, every month. Whatever the case is, I do hope to see like some sort of overhaul with the dev team. I know that there's like a minimum age limit, which is like 16, which I think is still incredibly low. It like, especially as a content creator who interacts with mods a lot in the actual like CC only chat for the Deepwoken server, if you ever disagree with them, they will be the most hostile, immature people you've ever encountered. They will, without a doubt, it's like a bingo card. And your like free space is that they will call you buddy or try to emasculate you in every sentence. They will do everything they can to piss you off. And when you finally do act out and say something back, they weaponize your anger against you. And it's like, it's over. It doesn't matter if you were right in the first place. Now the problem is this guy's a loose cannon. He shouldn't have CC role. Almost every CC has a story like this. And a lot of the normal players have a story like this. Maybe in the future, there's some sort of like better system, like better vetting, or you have to be a little older to be a mod. I don't know. I'm just speaking about my experience, trying to give a voice to a lot of the people in the community that feel like they have lost a lot of what they're paying for with buying the game over nonsense reasons. Cheers.